If you can't understand the coronation of Charles III, let alone understand how, despite facing huge expenses, the British still maintain the tradition of coronations at Westminster Abbey for over 1,000 years. We all know that Britain was once a leading world power. They created a myth of the empire on which the sun never sets. And in cultural terms, the myth of the empire on which the sun never sets did not begin in 1763, but rather in the year 1066. The first monarch to be crowned at Westminster Abbey. The first monarch to be crowned at Westminster Abbey was William the Conqueror. Today, let's take a few minutes to understand Westminster Abbey and its historical significance to British culture. When we look back at medieval European history, we can discover the timeline of Britain truly integrating into European civilization was very late, even though this land was once a province of the Roman Empire for a considerable length of time. For the people of the continent, the British Isles were considered as distant and barbaric lands overseas. What truly integrated Britain into the circle of European civilization was a continuous process in history, disturbed by their Viking descendants. On Christmas Day, December 25, 1066, at Westminster Abbey, William the Conqueror was crowned as the King of England, securing the English crown. He ended the Anglo-Saxon dynasty of England, ushering England into European civilization. The first dynasty of England, the Norman dynasty. From then on, England officially entered the feudal era. The victorious William II began a thorough transformation of English society, initiating a complete overhaul. The Doomsday Book he ordered to be completed, showcasing his authority. It also recorded the population and ownership rights of every piece of land in England. In the time of William, Norman French and Latin became the court language at that time. This also led the upper class to start using them, while the commoners at that time continued to use Old English. Over time, the fusion of these two languages became today's modern English. In addition, Arabic at that time, Greek was also widely used by their scholars. The updating of the language system directly opened up England's academic perspective to consolidate their own rule foundation. William the Conqueror himself also greatly encouraged cultural integration in the development of philosophy. During William's reign, the construction of monasteries accelerated the development of local education. The cultural trends of the Franks began to enter England. Among them, the most representative philosopher is Saint Anselm, who studied in Francia when he was young. He is also the first philosopher in English history. We all know that under the influence of Christianity, medieval philosophers began to combine theology and philosophy. In the time of William, logic and reasoning had already become the core tools of philosophical research at that time. The intellectual and academic environment of this period also laid the fundamental foundation of English philosophy. In addition, in the legal system, William the Conqueror established the feudal system, which clearly defined the powers of officials at all levels and the obligations of nobles and lords throughout England. William the Conqueror of this period built a large number of palaces and castles, churches and monasteries. In the design language of these buildings, we can see they are mostly influenced by the architectural style of Frankish and Norman regions. Until today, this intricate structure and clever architectural language continues to influence the architectural style of England. It can be said that the reign of William I is a very important period in British history, which is extremely important in the Renaissance period. In today's modern British culture, we can also see that many important foundations originate from this period. William I also established the tradition of monarchs being crowned at Westminster Abbey. Besides strengthening the monarch's legitimacy, it also plays a role in maintaining national unity and stabilizing the political situation. According to tradition, the establishment of Westminster Abbey was inspired by St. Peter, one of Jesus' 12 apostles, who commissioned it. So its formal name is not Westminster Abbey, but has always been called St. Peter's Church. This is the largest surviving Gothic building in the world, located on the north bank of the River Thames in London, England. As a place of honor for the British royal family, it has witnessed the monarch's weddings, funerals, coronations, and burials. It also buried many great poets and warriors. In the history of England, luminaries who have made outstanding contributions in various fields are all buried here, such as Newton, Hawking, Darwin, Churchill, Dickens, and so on. This magnificent building not only witnessed the historical moment of England integrating into European civilization, but also embodies the British people's dedication to preserving thousand-year cultural traditions. As the birthplace of the empire on which the sun never sets, it will continue to witness the vicissitudes of history. In the next episode, let's learn about the first philosopher of England, Saint Anselm. Anselm, follow me to understand philosophy in a popular way. Friends, see you in the next episode.